Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Pocketnow.com, and this is part 1 of the video review of the Amazon Kindle. Here we have the Kindle in its case. It's a very soft material. I'm not sure if it's leather yet. It feels really nice. It does a good job at protecting the device, and it is secured by a piece of elastic here. Opening it up, we have the Kindle, of course. Now, a lot of people were complaining that reading with the case on isn't a good idea because the Kindle constantly falls out. It's only secured by these 2 flaps. Well, if you read the instruction manual, you'll find that there's a clip here meant to hold the Kindle in more securely if you insert it properly. And this is how you do it. You slide it over to the left, you push down kind of hard, and slide it a little bit to the right. And what happens is that the Kindle is in place and it's kind of locked in place. So that's a good little tip. I don't like reading with the cover on. I kind of like the minimalist approach with just having the Kindle here in my hand without all the extra material around it. So here's the Kindle. Let's take a look at the hardware. Starting on the right here, we have the Next Page button, and it's also over here, the Next Page button. And then above that is a Previous Page button. Now, as you can imagine, if I'm using the Kindle and I want to go and pick it up, I'm going to grab it from over here, which may accidentally depress the Next Page button, and that's happened a lot to me, so I have to think about how I pick it up before I pick it up, and usually I just grab it here at the bottom and then I avoid accidentally pressing these page forward or back buttons. Below the Page Next button is the back button, which does the same thing that it would do on a cell phone. It goes to the previous screen. To the left of that is a selector wheel. It's not a scroll wheel. The Kindle cannot scroll, although sometimes I wish it could. And it controls a little chrome-looking selector here. We'll take a look at that later. But this is this wheel here has a nice rubbery coating, so it catches nicely with your thumb, and it's easy to operate. Now, this keyboard is a very simple one, and you're not going to break any speed records by typing on it, though that's not really the point. The point is to be able to input a few words at a time. Perhaps you're searching for your favorite author or the name of a book, and I find it very usable. There is a delay when you type. You'll see that in another review that I'll do in a few days. That when you type a letter, there's about a half a second delay of when you see it on the screen, and that's not really a big deal. Also on the keyboard, you have a button that controls the size of the text on the screen. There are 6 choices that you have, which is better than the Sony Reader, which only has 3. Then there's a search button, which will actually search many places at one time. So it'll search the book, the Kindle store, and Wikipedia if you want it to. To the left of that is the home button, takes you back to the home screen, and everything else is pretty much standard here. Let's flip it over to the back. On the back in the upper left, we have the power on-off button and the wireless on-off button, which I like to keep off unless I'm buying something. Now, in the beginning, I found it kind of inconvenient to have to turn over the device just to turn it on, though you'll realize that it's as easy as reaching your hand back there and flipping it on, just feeling for the raised chrome button here, and it's easy to do. So that's not that big of a deal. As with anything, you get used to it. Here's the speaker. If we take off the cover, we can see the battery. And it looks like a cell phone battery. It probably is. It's 1,530 milliamp hours. It's user replaceable, which is good. Here's the reset hole should the device freeze, and this is where you put the SD card if you want to add a little bit of expansion there. So I'm going to put the cover back on. Sometimes this takes an effort to get it to lock into place. Okay, let's flip over to the bottom. Over here on the left is a standard 3.5mm headphone jack. To the right of that is a mini USB port. This little guy is an indicator light for charging, and right next to that is the charging port. You can't charge through mini USB. It uses this proprietary charging solution, so you'll have to have the Kindle charger with you no matter where you go. You can't just use your cell phone charger to charge the device. To the right of that is volume up and down if you're listening to an MP3 or an audiobook. I haven't done that yet. And that's pretty much it. As you've noticed by now, the device is shaped like a wedge. And my guess is that they assume that a lot of people will use their left hand to read. The weight is distributed a bit towards the left, and if you use your left hand, then you have access to the previous page button and the next page button. The way I like to read is I hold it down here and I kind of just move my finger over there to change the page, or I'd lean it up against something that's sturdy and, you know, kind of use my hand to change the page like that. So that is the Kindle, and a walkthrough of the features of the hardware. And next we'll actually turn the device on and take a look at how it functions. That's it for now.